Am I the asshole? For going to a wedding my entire family is boycotting? I have several sisters and this situation involves two of them. Our oldest sister April was dating Jack for 2 years while they were in college. She was a year ahead of him, and when she graduated, she got a job offer in another state. She didn't want a long-distance relationship, so she broke up with him before moving. The entire time they dated, we only met him twice, so when they broke up, our family completely forgot about him. 5 years later, our youngest sister Megan was at an industry convention for her job and ran into Jack as he was one of the speakers. One thing led to another and they started long-distance dating. Before it got serious, Megan asked April if she cared and was given permission to continue. April was engaged at the time and didn't seem to care about their relationship. This year Jack moved back to our state to be closer to Megan and they eventually got engaged. April started to make demands like being the maid of honor, vetoing the venue they picked, and not wanting to invite some mutual friends. I'm a dude and Megan's wedding will be the first one I'll be going to, so I'm not sure April's demands are out of line, but both sisters ended up in a screaming match. I wasn't there but I heard it got vicious. To make a long story short, our family decided to boycott Megan's wedding next year. Her reasoning is that Megan is breaking some rule by marrying her ex. Of course I think that's a stupid reason. Megan and I have always been closer than the rest of the siblings, so I decided I'm going to attend the wedding. Now April is on my case and saying that because I'm a guy, I don't understand what a betrayal it is for Megan to marry her ex. Our family is saying I'm betraying April by supporting Megan's betrayal. Now it's this whole mess and I'm getting non-stop texts about what an ass I am. Not the asshole, you're the only one acting maturely in this situation. If April told Megan it was fine to date Jack, then that is all there should have been to it. April went back on her word, which makes April the asshole because it's been no secret for this whole time that Megan and Jack were involved with each other. The rest of your family are being assholes for supporting the asshole instead of pointing out that April is the one being the asshole. No, man, you're good. Go be an awesome brother and support your sister. Edited because I mixed up the sisters' names. Not the asshole. April needs to get over herself. 5 years later, Megan asked her for permission. April was engaged for someone else. Now suddenly she is trying to ruin Megan's relationship because it's her ex? Why is nobody in your family supporting Megan if you guys saw Jack only twice and forgot about him? Didn't have a problem with Megan dating and being engaged till the actual preparations were taking place? Either she had an issue or she didn't. That's not a betrayal if she gave permission. So what is April's damage exactly? Not the asshole. Ignore the texts and go support Megan. Your family are freaking delusional and have some serious growing up to do. Not the asshole. So she was fine about it until her sister didn't allow her to dictate how the wedding would go? She sounds very entitled and controlling and your family is enabling it. I'd say Jack dodged a bullet. Not the asshole. Now April is on my case and saying that because I'm a guy, I don't understand what a betrayal it is for Megan to marry her ex. Nope. Not a guy here and I don't get it either. I'm going to read between the lines and everything below are assumptions based on social norms, so I could be totally wrong. 1. April graduated at 24 and Jack was 23. 2. 5 years later April is 29 and Jack 28. 3. Megan graduated and working, so she's at least 24. 4. They date for a year and will be engaged for a year before the actually wedding, so Megan will be 26, Jack 30, and April 31st. I'm betting most of the issue is that your at least 31-year sister is seeing her 30-year ex marrying a younger version of herself. Also, what does her fiancé think of her tantrum? Before it got serious, Megan asked April if she cared and was given permission to continue. Her reasoning is that Megan is breaking some rule by marrying her ex. Not the asshole. Tough shit for them. Not the asshole. And don't engage, let alone have screaming matches. Tell April she gave overt approval of the relationship. She doesn't get to back out now, let alone dictate the smallest aspect of the wedding or anything else about the relationship. Then walk away. Not the asshole. Go and support your sister. Not the asshole. Permission to date an ex, once given, cannot be withdrawn. April and your family are being awful. Be there for Megan and let her know you have her back and that this isn't sister versus sister. This is reasonable versus unreasonable. April sounds single. Megan asked. It's not a betrayal if she asked and was told to go ahead. April's demands were definitely out of line. Not the asshole. Nota, but we can see who the golden child is. Shouldn't April be more wrapped up in her own wedding instead of what does April's partner say, knowing April isn't over her ex? Not the asshole. April gave her permission for Megan to date her ex. Furthermore, she is now engaged herself. If she really resented that Megan is dating her ex, she would not be insisting on being maid of honor or trying to control selection of venue, etc. If I were going to boycott a wedding, it would be April's. She is behaving like a whiny little brat. This no dating an ex rule is for high school kids. If someone is lucky enough to find the love of their love, it would be selfish to expect a sister or friend to give up this person when they no longer wanted him. Not the asshole. April chose to end her relationship with Jack and then gave Megan permission for her to date him. You, Megan, and Jack are the only reasonable ones in the bunch. Not the asshole. Please ask her to explain the logic of demanding to be Mo if the entire relationship shouldn't be, let alone the wedding. My next question would be for the parents: is one sister's ego being unwarrantedly bruised worth more than the happiness of the other sister to the extent that she should give up a good relationship with someone she loves over it? Also, she didn't want him enough to try a long-distance relationship. She dissed him, not the other way around. How is it a betrayal? April is a self-centered drama llama trying to make this all about her and should be ignored completely. She and the rest of the delusional family are. Megan and OP are not the asshole. Not the asshole. You seem to be the sane one here. April's behavior is appalling and Megan lacks some judgment but did everything by the book if she really loves Jack. April has to understand life goes on and not everyone plays by her ridiculous rules. April is in an imaginary competition with her younger sister and feels like she lost apparently. Nata. Sounds like your family is very petty and dramatic. Not the asshole. Based on Megan actually talking to April long before it got to marriage. It seems like this is less about her sister marrying her ex and more about not getting her way with her demands. April's demands are wildly out of line. In fact, anyone who is not the bride or groom doesn't get to make any demands on a wedding. Period. Megan even went so far as to check with April about dating Jack, which was considerate of her. April is just now bitter and jealous and is trying to pull a power play on Jack, indirectly through Megan. Megan hasn't betrayed anyone. April knew, and said she was okay with it. End of. Not the asshole. Please go and support Megan and Jack on their special day. Not the asshole. She had given permission, now she's just nasty. Not the asshole. Clearly April is the golden child, and Megan is the scapegoat. The rest of your family should be telling April to grow the fuck up, not enabling her bullshit. First, Megan began dating Jack 5 years after April he were broken up. That finishes the entire story. April is simply being behaving how she is doing now. She seems to be your family's golden child, which is why she can't seem to do anything wrong. You are being decent, honorable and also have common sense, which seems to be lacking in the rest of the family. Not the asshole. Not the asshole.